Okay, so rephrasing again, basically from where we stopped yesterday, we talk about the fact that you can add on a domain. So you do the add-on domain, which was what we did last time. And after doing the add-on domain and adding a domain to inside the cPanel, then next thing we did was that we moved on to the part of installing WordPress on that add-on domain. So the add-on domain, let's say the add-on domain we bought yesterday was example.com, right? Let's say the example was example.com. We installed WordPress on example.com, right? We installed WordPress on example.com. So after I studied WordPress, I said yesterday that you would have something like this. You have something like this. After I installed WordPress, you see, something like example.com slash WP-admin, because you have installed WordPress on it. That's why you have this. If you don't install WordPress on it, you won't have anything like example.com slash WP-admin. So when you install WordPress on something, that's when you can access this. Now, if I try to access this in real life, I won't be able to because example.com is not a WordPress domain. Okay, but if I try to, it's not a WordPress website. But if I try to access something like admibadmos.com slash WP-admin, I'll be able to access it. Why? Because I had initially installed WordPress on admibadmos.com, but nobody installed WordPress on example.com in real life scenario, right? So I hope you get that. Okay, so let's move on, and then I'll show you. This is what the dashboard will look like. Now, for the purpose of this class, we are going to have a test.admibadmos.com domain, which is actually called a subdomain. We are doing this for test purposes. So as I'm doing test.admibadmos.com, assume you are looking at example.com, that I'm adding on example.com as an add-on domain, or I'm adding on abc.com as an add-on domain. Do you understand? Just something of that sort. Do you understand? So let's create. We're going to create it now. So just assume we are adding this one as an add-on domain, just like we did yesterday. If you are confused about anything, just go back to the previous video, and then you'll be seeing the add-on domain stuff, right? So we've created it. So having created this, then let me go back to the cPanel, and then I will install WordPress in it, just like we did yesterday. So assume I just did an add-on domain for that domain name now. So I'm going to install WordPress on that add-on domain, in quotes. Do you understand? So I went to quick install, just like I did yesterday, and I'm going to install WordPress on it now. So in a bit, this is going to roll up, and I'm going to load up rather. And I'm going to, once it has loaded, I'm going to install WordPress, right? I'm going to install WordPress on it. So this is what I'm going to be doing, installing WordPress. Now, these ones are asking us to buy themes. Now, when you are building with WordPress, you also buy themes, right? You also buy them. So install WordPress. So what are we going to install now? We're going to install tests.admibadmos.com. Now, remember, this is a subdomain. I created the subdomain just for the purpose of this tutorial. That's why I created a subdomain, right? Now, please understand very clearly that when you are doing this and you're building a real life website, you are only adding a add-on domain, like I did yesterday. Like I'm repeating this, I'm beginning to sound like a broken record, but you understand what I'm saying, right? So at the risk of sounding repetitive, I'm still saying this again so you will get it. So this is an add-on domain. Let's assume it's an add-on domain. So I just said that again. Okay, so I'm going to install it on this email address. Yeah, I'm going to install it on this email address, right? I'm going to install it on this email address. So this is the email address. Now, this is the title. Let's just assume the title is test. Then I assume that the admin username is, let me just put yem. You can do anything. The first name and the last name do not exactly matter. but let me just put my name. It's not the exact matter because they really won't show up in the website or anything. Okay, so I'll install WordPress now. You remember when we stopped yesterday was at the point of installing WordPress on yesterday's add-on domain that we bought in quotes, So now, just assume this is the add-on domain. We've bought it. Assume that's it. Then we are installing WordPress on it. You put the email address, you put the title of the website. You could just say tutorial test tutorial or something. How do they spell this tutorial again? Right? So that's the username, blah, blah, blah. So install WordPress. So as we are installing WordPress on it, you see it's installing and it's still advertising to us to buy a theme. So, now we can use some free themes that come with WordPress to build. And we can also buy themes, right? We can also buy themes. So I'm going to show us one of the places where they sell themes, right? Now, view credentials. You can see it now. You see it because I installed WordPress on it. That's why it's big. It has now what WP-admin link, right? Now, this is the password, right? Now, if I was building, you see, I'm going to repeat again. You say this guy keeps repeating stuff. Now, if I was building on a normal domain name, I bought the domain name. After buying it, I had come to the cPanel, I had added it as an add-on domain like I showed us yesterday, and I have come to install WordPress on it. Now, if I am doing that, right, like I said, if I buy the domain name from the same company I'm hosting with, there's no need to change the name server. But if I'm buying it from, say, Q servers, buying the domain name from Q servers, and I'm hosting it on HostGator, then I would need to have changed the name server of the domain name at Q servers before now adding the domain name as an add-on on HostGator and installing WordPress on it. Because if I don't change the name server, this thing will not propagate, right? It won't propagate. If I have to change the name server to the HostGator name server, like it won't propagate. But if I have changed it, sometimes it takes 24 hours to 48 hours to propagate. So that means you need to change the name server long before coming here, right? So 24 to 48 hours to propagate. Sometimes it doesn't take up to 24 hours at all. Sometimes it doesn't even take up to 1 hour at all, but sometimes it does, right? So just bear that in mind. So this is the password they have given me. Now, some hosting companies allow you to create your password yourself. Just find out how the hosting company you are using or going to use work, and it's pretty simple to do that, right? So even if you don't get it, just email them, ask them questions, they will answer you, right? Because you are building with WordPress, it's not as if you are coding, so you can't begin to ask them questions on how to code, right? So this is the password. I've copied it. This is the admin area now. test.elemento.com/wp-admin. You know why we're using this, right? I know why we came about this, right? I know why we came about this instead of a domain name. So I won't go back to that. So you see the username, you see the password. I've copied the password, and then I'll just go to admin area, which is this. So I'll click on it and it will propagate. Now, the reason it will propagate is because it's a subdomain of adenvabmos.com, and adenvabmos.com I have already, like you saw yesterday, I've already changed the name server of adenvabmos.com long ago. That's why adenvabmos.com is working. That's why it's a live site, right? That's why it's a live site. If you visit the site, you see it's live. So I just want to visit so that you see that it's live, right? Can you see that it's live? I just did something funny there. You can go to this video and watch it on copywriting. Yeah, it's a massive value. So that's a free one for you there. You should be clapping for me. Clap for me now. Clap for me. So this is it. I think I look handsome here. Don't mind me. Let's go on. So yeah, so let's go back to where we were. Somebody dropped the chat. Okay, can we see your screen, please? Can't you see my screen? Oh dear. Can't you see my screen? Madam Amaka, can't you see my screen? Please reply me. Can you see my screen? I think you can. I'm sharing my screen. I'm actually sharing my screen. Right? I'm sharing my screen right now. Reply me, please. Can you see my screen? Reply me. Please reply me. Can you see my screen? Let me know. Mr. Atafi, can you see my screen? Anybody reply me? Why can't you see my screen? Oh dear. You should be able to see my screen. Can you check again? Mr. Tafi, can you see my screen? You can't see my screen. Okay, let me do something. New share. Share. Pause share. Okay, you should be able to see my screen. Like, I don't understand why you cannot see it. Mr. Taufik, are you here? Can you let me know if you can see my screen? I will try to work on that. Okay, so this is the domain. This is again the admin area. This is the user and this password. So I click on this and then we have this, right? We have this username and we have this password. So basically, let me just log in, right? Log in. Just log into it. Now, you see this part that says not secure. It's important that you make it secure. And one of the ways you can do it is just get a free SSL from the hosting company, chat them up or email them. You'll be able to know how to email them or chat them up once you buy a hosting service. Okay, so you email them and they give you a free SSL. So one of the things you can just do a few home keeping. Now I've logged in here, just do a few home keeping. Now go to plugins, for instance. Go to plugins, for instance. Now, if you navigate all of these things, as a matter of fact, from here, you can understand the rest of the things. But let me just show you a few things. Navigate all of these things. Go to plugins. Now, look at these plugins that have come here now. If you feel that there are some plugins you will not need, just come here, come here, come here, and then you can. I'm just showing you how to delete plugins now. Just come here. I mark the ones. I've marked ones I don't want. I can mark this one too, and then I click on this. And then I go to deactivate. That's the first thing you do. You deactivate first. After deactivate, now so many of these things you learn them by experience. You can after deactivating the first, then you now let me just even do this. That means I click everything. Then I come back to this one. I still want to retain. I want to click it. Do you understand what I did here? Right? So then after I've done deactivating, I've deactivated them, right? So the next thing is to delete them. So I delete them, I click on apply, and then I will delete those. Now, plugins are basically from adding functionalities to your team. So for instance, now, if your team cannot do X, Y, Z things, you can add a plugin that can do that. And for instance, now, if I want to build an e-commerce website and I can't do WooCommerce because my team cannot do WooCommerce, then I'll add a WooCommerce plugin, right? If I don't want a WooCommerce plugin, I could, if my team cannot collect payments, because obviously teams are not built to do that, I can add a Paystack plugin, right? So let's just navigate through all these and see them from the beginning. So look at the dashboard. Look at the dashboard. It says, welcome to WordPress. It says all of these things there, right? Then look at the updates. We're not going to touch every one of them because not every one of them is very important. Now, you can say it. How to plug in. Now, posts. These are blog posts, right? These are blog posts. So you can see the first blog post by default. Media, library. Now, I'm basically just going to my library to see the pictures and PDFs I've uploaded before, right? So obviously there won't be anything here because I've not uploaded a thing before. These are pages on my website, right? These are pages, okay? Now, these are comments and whatnot. Now, these are appearance. This is where the theme would be. I've shown us the plugin. Users basically will be here. And then tools will also be here. our settings will be here, right? So let's go on to appearance and go to themes. Now, themes are basically the main structure of the WordPress website. Now, you can see these themes here. You can see themes here. There are quite a few of them here. If you go for that, you can just go to add new theme. When you click on add new theme, you will see a truckload of them. A truckload of them. So there are so much, but these ones are free ones. So you can install one of them and start building. Okay. Now, if the website is a website that is actually big as it were, okay, you won't be able to use free themes to build that kind of website. So you can go to a place called themeforest.com. Themeforest.com. Personally, this one, ideaenvironment.com, I didn't build it with a paid theme. I used a free theme because I have no intention of making it, that beautiful kind of site. So themeforest.com, I'm here, themeforest.com, and you can see there, you can buy themes. You can buy themes. So let's just go and search, for instance, search for WordPress theme on, let's say real estate in WordPress, and go to search. Now you can see themes, $59, $69, $69, $29, and the likes. Okay. So you can see all these themes, lots of them, loads of them. So you can just buy one of them. I've bought some. So if you buy a theme, it will come, you'll be able to download it here. Just go to downloads. But quite a few. Yeah. So those themes also have licenses. So you'll be able to upload them. So let's say I've bought one and I want to upload it. So I just go to upload and I search for one, and then let's assume this is going to be a real estate site, right? I just search for one of the several themes I've bought before, and I can click on, let's click on this one. Okay, this is called an houses theme, and then I install, right? Once I install, the theme would show up and everything. I'm not going to put the license here, but basically I'll just show you what that is, right? Now, one of the truths I can tell you about designing WordPress websites is that you do not need to be afraid at all. Don't be afraid one bit. Like, remove fear from your mind completely. You will be able to do it. I am assuring you that you'll be able to do it. It is not an aspire to perspire thing. No, I am assuring you that you'll be able to do it. Now, it may look complex at the beginning because you are new to it. Even when Facebook changes their theme, everybody says this is complex, that is complex. When they add one or three new features, people start saying, oh, this, oh, that, oh, this, or that. It's because humans generally are not very, very, given to change. We're not given to change. So we want things to remain. We want the status quo. So whenever things change, it would look as though, somebody is being put through a tough time. Because obviously, when you are new to something or something is new to you, it will look difficult, and that's fine. That's fine. You only need to embrace the challenge and start, right? And then that's basically how it goes. Okay. Now, let's move on and let this thing install. But while it's installing, do we have questions? Remaka Jen, do you have questions? Do you have questions? Okay, great. So this is installing, right? So let me finish installing. And what is also for you to finish installing, so I can navigate through a few places and then we'll call it a night. Okay, so it's loading. It's still trying to install. Okay, so I think that it's taking too long. It's taking too long. Now, this once you have done this installation thing, right? The next thing for you to do is most times, okay, now it's done installing. It's done installing. So you click on activate and it will activate. And once it's activated, it will tell me to put the license so that I can start getting, all those things. So you see the purchase code. So I can put the purchase code and verify and everything will be fine. And then you tell me to install these plugins. So let me just install these plugins for basic functionality, right? For the purpose of basic functionality. So I'll just do this and then click on install, and I'll be able to install all those plugins. And once I've installed those plugins, then I'll also activate all of them. So once I've activated all of them, I will have the utmost functionality, right? And I'll also be able to install the demo. So let me just do a few things. Like, once you get this, you are basically almost done. You just need to navigate all of these parts. Just navigate all of these parts and you'll be fine. Like, look at this now. You can navigate. Now, if I had installed, there will be a demo. So you just go here and then you'll be able to put a demo. If I had installed the purchase code, there will be a demo. You just do a demo and that's it. You do a demo, that's it. Now, media library. You add media, all of those things. So now the demo, what the demo gives you is that let's go on and activate first. Let me go and activate. Okay, so basically you have been able to install. So let me activate, apply that. Okay, great. So we've been able to activate. Right, so let's see. Okay, so basically it's not giving us a demo, but what happens with the demo is that once you have been able to put in the demo, okay, you can now just start editing the demo. That's all that matters. You can start editing the demo. So basically, let me just go to my own site and use it to show you a few things, right? Let me use it to show you a few things. I'll use that site to show you a few things. So basically, you just edit stuff here. Edit the tools, edit the settings. You can edit the settings here, for instance, and click on general. That's what I've clicked on by just clicking on settings. And once you click on this, you can just change this one. Change this one. And when you have changed it, change the email address if you want to, and then click on save changes. You can also go to reading. Okay, you go to reading, and then if you have created a page, a few pages, you do go here and then just click on one of the pages. Maybe this one will be home. You have created the home page, then this one will be blog page. I've not created any page just far, so that's what that's about. Save changes. Now go to discussions. May not be much as it's where there isn't much to do there. Now let's go on to permalinks. Right, let's go on to permalinks, and then instead of having this link, which is a complex one, just use this link, which is the normal one, and it makes things work for you, right? Makes things work for you. Now, let me also go to one of the places you would also go to by default, theme options. You go to theme options and go to general, and then you just follow the prompts there. Now, themes are always different. This is a theme, it's different from another theme and all that. Themes are always different in their interface and their functionality and all of those things. But whatever theme you use, there are also theme options available. Themes differ just the same way Android phones differ. Okay, so the way you navigate a particular Android phone, an Infinix Android phone, will be different from the way you navigate a Samsung Android phone and all that. So they're always different. So this one, just fill these things up and all that, fill everything that needs filling up. All of them need filling up, but few the ones that need filling up, fill them up. Now, slider navigation is basically when you edit your slider, right? You edit your slider. I'll go to one of my sites and I will show you these things live on that site. Now, the reason I'm basically showing you many of these things which I'm using on live, because I don't intend to put a license for everybody to see, right? You understand that part? Okay, so watch this video. I also have assurances for you that if you sit down with this, you will get it. You will get it, right? You will get it. So let me know if you have any questions thus far, and let me know if anything is is um difficult for you to understand. Let me know if there's anything that's difficult for you to understand. Okay, let me know, please. Let me know. Okay, so while this is rolling, I'm going to live slider. Let me go to one of my sites. Okay, let me go to one of my sites so that I can show you. If this site is still live though, I can show you. Okay, one other thing I didn't talk about is that when you buy domain names, you have to renew them yearly. And when you buy those things, depends on the plan you buy. If you buy a monthly plan, you have to renew the hosting monthly. And if you buy a yearly plan, you have to renew the hosting yearly. And you have to do it before it expires, because if it expires, in most cases, your site just goes off, right? So, well, for .com.ng, most times if it expires, your site will still be live, but that's not to say you should let it, right? It will be live for a very short time and then it will go off. So I'm trying to log into bigroupparties.com.ng where there's an houses team already, and I'll show you how things work there, right? So let's move on. Okay. Okay, explain more on plugins and themes. Okay, I'll do that. I'll do that in a bit. Let me just show us that once this thing is done loading. Okay, while this is loading for Revolution, why is this loading for, that same ref slider? Let me go here and show us a few other explanations. Ref slider is a theme, right? Now, let me explain more of plugins and themes. Plugin is a functionality. It has functionality to a theme. Let me explain like this. If you have a phone and your phone does not have a speaker, for instance. Okay, your phone has a speaker, but it does not have a huge loud speaker that's very, very loud, like a party. What you need to do is connect the speaker to your TV, for instance, or connect the speaker somehow to your home theater. Connect the phone rather. Connect the phone to your home theater. And once you do that, the bass from the phone will be loud, boom, boom. But it's basically not the phone that's being loud. It is the speaker, it's the home theater that's being loud. Now, the home theater is like a plugin. You are plugging it into the phone to give the phone a special functionality. That's how plugins work. Plugins are basically extra softwares that you plug into the WordPress theme to give the theme some functionality. Now, let me explain that with this new plugins we installed into test.adminadvanced.com. Now look at this plugin, for instance. Look at these plugins we installed now, right? Look at them. I want to show you those plugins that we installed. Okay, just see them in a bit. Just a moment, please. Okay, so let's move on. Let's look at Elementor, right? It helps you to build a page. It helps you to build a page. Now, fifth themes insights. You just add a few insights from the fifth theme. There's a theme company called Fifth Themes. So it just adds a few insights from it. This Google Analytics, besides the theme does not come with Google Analytics functionality. This add a Google Analytics functionality to the website. CRM is a theme, is a plugin rather that comes with a theme. It's just for CRM, it's a customer relationship management tool. Now, fifth theme is inside. The reason it came with the theme is because this houses theme is from the fifth themes company. So it gives you insights on fifth themes, just a bit of more marketing. How to log, just when you are logging in and logging out of a WordPress site, like this site, for instance, now, it allows people to, the theme I installed here allows people to be able to come in and log in, just like Nigeria Property Center, or just like Facebook, log in and log out. So this theme allows that. And for that to be able to work, you need a plugin to plug that functionality into the theme. Now, this is also a functionality theme, basically. This is for MailChimp WordPress. This is a theme. If you need to use it, this is one-click demo import. This is the theme you use to do one-click demo. So just to install a demo, right? This is also the plugin rather used to install one-click demo, just to install a demo for the website. Now, this is Sliver Revolution, which we were looking at here. It helps you add slider to the website. It adds a functionality. The functionality it has is the functionality of the slider, and that functionality adds to the website, right? Now, that is also a plugin. A plugin is basically anything that adds an extra functionality to a theme or to a website, right? So this is also adding a functionality, basically. So I trust you understand that now. Let me know if you do understand. I'm just going to refresh a little. Let me know if you understand. Do you understand that now? If you understand, just let me know. Just drop a chat. Just let me know. All right. Let me know if you understand that now. Now, the theme is like this. Let me explain the theme. Okay. So, for instance, now you have a mattress, and the mattress does not have a cloth on it, or you have a house. Okay, yes, let me put it like this. You have a house, okay? Now, the house has been built. You're just coming into the house to plug in your windows, your doors, your fittings, electrical fittings, and all of those things. Those electrical fittings, those doors, those mattresses and all of those things you bring into the house. Those are the things that make the house a home, right? The house that has been built and doesn't have those electrical fittings, plumbing fittings, windows, and all of those things, is like a shell house. It's like a house that has been built. You just need you to come and start fixing things into it. Fixing things into it. That's the way a team is. That's the way a team is. The team is basically something that is more like its content management system. Is a system that manages the contents you put into it. So it basically makes the contents more viewable, more meaningful, and more sensible, so that you can come in there, view the contents, and appreciate the websites, because the team already provides a structure for you to plug in things and build things, right? The team provides a structure for you to plug in things and build things. I hope you understand. So you can't have a website, a WordPress website, without a theme, and the plugins cannot work except there's a theme already. So the theme that is there already allows you to bring the plugins into the theme and plug in those functionalities into the theme so that the theme can work, right? So that theme is spelled T-H-E-M-E. So from that, you understand what it means. Theme, the structure, the entire system that makes you manage all the content you put into the website. If you understand that, let me know. If you understand that, let me know, please. Let me know if you understand that. If that basically clarifies it for you, let me know. Let me know if that clarifies it for you. I'm trying to, to get that here. Does it clarify it for you? All right, awesome. Awesome. Thank you for making me see that. Okay, so let's move on. Let me go on now. The reason I came here is so that I can show you the demo stuff. Like this is one of my sites, right? I show you demo stuff. Look at the updates here. I has 18 updates. I'm going to update them much later. But let's just go here. So demo, or how's this? Go to demo. It didn't show demo here. It didn't show demo here. On this other side, test dots, blah blah blah. Because look at it rather. There's no demo here. I can't install demo. You know why? Because I've not put in the purchase code, right? I've not put in the purchase code. But for this one, it shows demo and it doesn't show purchase code. Can you see? It shows demo, it doesn't show purchase code, right? So now look at the demo there now. So if I install one of these demos, just click on it and import demo, and then you follow the prompts. If I install one of these demos, then I will have already built pages like this one. Like this one. I already built pages. Let me just show you one of these demos so you can see. This is the theme, right? I just show you one of those demos. So look at this demo now. With this demo, you will actually be able to build. So you see, after installing it, you have a demo like this. A demo that looks like this. So you can now edit this demo to suit what you want, right? Now, how do you edit the demo? What you do basically is simple. It's simple. So I go to the page, for instance. Now, the page I installed was different. The demo I quite installed for this was actually different. Let me look for the demo I installed for this website. Let me go back there. Can I find it? Okay, so here, this was the demo. I think this was the demo I installed for this particular one. This particular one was the demo I installed for this website. Yep, this was it. Yep, so let me show you the home. Right, so this was the demo I installed for this website. So after installing this demo, one of the first pages you will see, or rather the pages you will see. Yeah. Okay. Sorry about that. Can you still see my screen? Let me know if you can see my screen. Let me know if you can see my screen. Awesome. Thank you. So basically, this is demo I installed for it. This is demo I installed for it. So if you look at the pages now, I can look for, where's the page now? Okay, great. So I can look for the page, which is the home page, the front page. And I can click on it with edit, let me just show you the front page on this website. So you see that I edited this into this, right? I said that into this. So you see what it looks like. You see what it looks like. So it's loading, and just make a basic comparison, right? Make a comparison. Can you see here? It's still loading. Okay. It's still loading. Let me say I find like this on our camera. So it's still loading. But you can see what this looks like, the demo that I actually installed. And in the end, when I built it, I built this. So can you see? Can you see the resemblance? Can you see? Of course, I removed things that don't have to do with my website. And you can see, right? So you can see the resemblance, right? Right? You can see the resemblance to this. Right? So I could even edit the colors and all of those things, but I just chose to edit what I wanted to edit. Right? You can see the resemblance, right? right? Okay, great. So that works. Cool, that works. So I think that works, right? You basically understand it now. So let's move on and talk about how to edit it. So I can edit with Tribe Architect or the PP Bakery, whichever of them I choose to edit with, right? So, oh dear. I can choose with any of them. Okay, so let's go to the site I was on earlier, which was this one. And you can see the plugins, you can see Elementor there, right? You can see Elementor there. So let's use the Elementor plugin to edit, right? Let's use Elementor plugin to edit. Okay, so I'll come here and edit with Elementor. Okay, I can edit with Tribe Architect, I can edit, but let me just choose Elementor, right? So I edit with Elementor. So that's how to edit pages. I'll just show you here how to edit pages. You can use Elementor, you can use WP Baker, you can use any of those themes to edit. It depends on what you want your website to look like, right? So some of those themes, just like I showed you, that was this theme. The moment I installed it, you saw those plugins it came with it came with those plugins for free. You can install those plugins as well. So basically, you have this, right? You have this. Now, the thing is, you can actually make money with this quite easily. You can even design a real estate website for 120K. You can design an e-commerce website for 20K, 100K. If you get one, let me know. I'll just show you exactly what you need to do, this and that. I'll show you stuff you need to do, like show you real time. So you won't need to be stuck, right? You won't need to be stuck. It's important that I could even do more videos for you on that. So enable safe mode so that you won't ever be stuck at all, right? You won't ever be stuck at all. So you can see, I can edit stuff here. I can come here, there, and you can see, I can change this and edit this. Okay, so you can edit stuff as you desire, as you please. Okay, I can come here and edit with, you see this site here like this. Right on this page, I can come here and edit with Elementor, and it will edit, and I'll be able to edit it. So basically, that's how that works, right? That's how that works. So let's go back to here and continue editing. I can edit this place. I can edit this place here. You can see, I can always edit them. I can always edit them. The links, you can see them. I can always edit. I can come here and edit this one. Okay. I can come here, edit this as well. I'm not going to paste this. I can come here and edit this. So just edit as you want, right? Okay. So I can always edit all those things here. I can come here, edit this as well. This as well. So just edit as you please, right? So you can do as you please. And once I'm done and I feel everything is fine, I can just come here and click publish, right? I can click publish once I'm done. Okay, so why is it not showing public here? Publish here. Maybe because of this. Okay, so let me show us here. Okay. Okay, so that's
Okay, sorry, click updates rather. Why did I say publish? Click updates. So if I, for instance, now I change this, can you see I remove something that has changed to green? So I can just click on that again and it still remains green. So I just click on updates. So whatever you do, just click on updates. Publish is the first thing, because when you are doing this for the first time, we are editing anything for the first time. The first time you are going to save, what you see is publish, and after you save, you keep saying updates, updates, updates. So that's how that works. So basically, you understand that part, right? Let me know if you understand that part. Let me know if you understand that part, so we can move on to other things to talk about. Let me know if you understand that part. Now, while I'm still waiting for your answer, I see you can see all those pages, how they work, and you can create your page, add new page. You can create a page, add a new page. Good. Awesome. So you can create, you know, a new property, real estate new property. Say that you want to do a new property. You can do it. Because now, one of the things that you should understand about this is that there's absolutely no way on planet Earth that nobody can that anybody can show you all the uh tiny dots that you need to take. No, it's when you begin that you get to understand everything one after the other. Now, this is, for instance, now you click on this and you realize that this, I realize that me for one, I don't like this interface. It doesn't look nice to me. So I want to change this interface, this particular interface. I want to change it. So what do? I basically come back here and then I go to plugins, add new. Let me open it in a new tab. Now, the rev share I was going to talk about earlier, the evaluation slide I was going to talk about earlier. Look at this now. Just click on black mode, a new blank module. Click on it, and then you'll be able to create your slider. You'll be able to create your slider from there, right? So this, I want to add a new plugin, like I said earlier. Add new plugin. I can go to disable. Just type on disable. You see disable Gutenberg. Aha. This is visible Gutenberg. Install it. That's how to install a new plugin. Install it and activate. This thing is just like a phone. Like this building website WordPress is just like a phone. If you can operate a phone, you can operate this. You can operate a phone, you can operate this. I can show you. Now I've done that. I've installed and I've activated it. Have I activated it yet? Let me see. Have I activated it yet? Let me check. Okay, I've activated it. Once you activate it, it brings you back to this place, and then you'll be able to see disable Gutenberg again. Can you see it? So I've activated it. So since I've activated it now, let me close this window. Since I activated it now, let me close this window too as well. I'll close this window too. Let me just leave this one. So I've activated it. Let me just refresh this place. Go back to this place and reload it. Right? Reload it, and you will see what is we come up with. You see? Now this one is much better. I like this one, it's much better. So the page, I can call the page home, right? That's the first page. I can call it home. Look at everything here. Whatever I want to change, whatever I want to add. And once I'm done, but most times you don't need to add anything or change anything because basically you are going to be building this place with a theme, rather a plugin. I remember what I said, the plugin adds functionality. So you're going to be building it with the plugin. And what you're going to be doing is with the plugin, what you're going to be doing is to build with the plugin. And it could be, I'm adding new property. I came to add new property page. Okay, that was what I was going to do earlier. So the property could be, let me edit this one. I can edit this slug. Let's say 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom is a property, sorry. The property, new property. So let me call this one to 3-bedroom so that it rhymes with the URL link, right? So this is the property. You can see the property here. Now, one of the, it's supposed to show us so many other options, but it's not showing us those options because we did not buy the license. We did not show them the license. So it assumes we did not buy it, but I actually bought it. So I'm going back to buy good properties, right? And I'm going back to that particular page. So I'm going to go back here and I click this. So it takes me back to the dashboard. So I'm interchanging between these two so that you understand exactly how it works, right? So I can real estate new property. I can add the new property. Let me open it on another page while I wait for. Oh, wait for another. So basically, you can see you see the several functionalities here. Most of these functionalities are here because I installed plugins that allow them to work. Let me show you the plugins that are here that allow these ones to work. So basically, these are plugins here. Right, these are plugins here. Okay, so the next class I'm going to do on and this mentorship would be something on how to make sales straight. So I'm updating them. I'm just updating them because, well, I need to update them anyways. Okay, so just take that one out, take this one out, take this one out, update this one, update that one. Now, really simple SSL, you need to use it after you've been given free SSL. Now, I mentioned free SSL earlier. You need to use the really simple SSL after you've been given free SSL. So update that, leave this one out, this one out, leave this one out. Just basically update those ones, right? For those other ones, when you are updating them, they'd ask you to pay to update them, or just let them slide. You don't need to update them as well sometimes. So this is the add new here now. Let me say 3-bed. Let's just assume for the purpose of is a 3-bed, right? It's still loading. It's not yet done loading. So let's just assume it's a 3-bed. Now, please, like I said earlier, do not let this thing scare you at all. Don't let it scare you one tiny little micro bit. Not at all. It's just like an Android phone. I mean, if you can read and communicate with your Android phone, then you can read and communicate with your website. It's pretty that simple. It's that simple. So basically, there's nothing complex to this. Now, the truth of the matter really is that you really need a laptop to do this. Like really need a laptop to do this. Really do. Okay? Really do. So let's look at this 3-bed. Okay? And then you can see that this 3-bed. This log will show later on. That's the URL will show later on after this has finished loading. And then you will also be able to type in here after this has finished loading. So while it's loading, let's not have it delay us. Okay, so the price of the house, you can put it here. Now, for instance, you can put it for the rest of this thing, you don't use commas. If it's Naira, your Naira would have been done during the theme options when you were setting up the theme options here, right? So you put the property settings, address, make it feature, put yes, media, upload the camera pictures. You can go here and then upload from files, come here and then select from your computer and you are uploading, or just let it, be the ones you have uploaded before. That's if you have uploaded anything before onto your website. So let's assume you uploaded this one before. Select. The reason it's not coming up is because of the internet, but let's not wait for that. You come on here and then you can choose an agent. You can choose an agent, and then the agency. If not, just it. And you can just do not display if you don't want to choose an agent. Now, you can just leave that one at that. Then choose the type of property it is, choose the status, choose the features, choose the labels, choose the country, choose the state, choose the city, choose the area, and then set up a featured image just like I showed you earlier. How to, just here, come here, upload one from your computer. If not, just come back here and then just choose one. Okay, choose one that has loaded. Once it loads, just choose it. Okay, just choose this one for instance.
and then you upload it here. So that's basically it. And then once you are fine with everything, you just click on publish, right? Just click on publish and that's it. Can you see my screen? Can you see me and can you hear me? Can you see me and hear me? So once you are done, you just click on publish and that's it. So can you see me? Okay, it's getting late, so we'll just round up in a bit. But can you see me? All right, cool. So now let me show us a few things. Okay. This one's features, labels, country, set, state, city, area, agencies, agents. You can set those up. Just click on them and set them up, right? Testimonials, you can set them up. The teams differ from one another based on the team you're using. If I show you all the teams, all these things here now, and you get another team, you might be confused and say, okay, what exactly, all the things you showed me are different from the things on the other team. So basically, you just need to understand that it's just about navigation and reading. That's all. So about navigation and reading, that's all. AR form, this is a plugin I uploaded and then I'm using. You can always set it up as you deem fit. Then this is Elementor. These are templates. These are appearances, just like I mentioned. This is a plugin, okay? These are plugins. So if whenever you are building and you have questions, you can always ask on Google or ask the hosting companies if it has to do with hosting issues. If you feel stuck and you've Googled and you've asked and you don't have any answers, just ask me. I'll give you the answers to this, right? Now, this is also there. This is also there. Once I told you, you set up it. So once you have done everything and you feel fine with the entire website and you feel everything is fine, then you can just tell the clients that you're done. Okay, like I mentioned earlier here about here, always click publish, always click publish once you have typed in anything here. So this is the property, for instance, here, you just type the details of the property, type the details of the property. We've done every other thing under here and here, under here and under here. Okay, and then you click on publish. And that's it. So you keep, publishing, updating, publishing and updating things you are doing on several pages. Okay, so that's it. Then let me just talk about the posts. These are blog posts, all posts. These are blog posts, all posts. You can go to all posts. On this one, for instance, now you see the blog posts available. Always have a survey plan, some reasons to buy enough plan. Let me even see comments. Are there comments here? I think so. Yeah. Dynamics of SEO. So these are blog posts and all that. So basically that's how it works. So just keep working and keep working on it looks until it looks perfect and it's perfectly fine. That's how it works. So thank you so much. Do we have any questions? Any questions at all? Any question at all? I'm ready. Any question at all? Do you have any questions? Do you have any questions? Do you have any questions? Any questions? Any questions at all? Okay, so I think you're fine. I think you're fine. So basically, we'll call it a night. Have a very pleasant night rest. And thank you so much for hanging on here. So we'll see tomorrow for the next class. Thank you and God bless you.